Investigators race to the field at the report of a UFO. Researchers scour the archives for a shred of UFO evidence, but rarely has anyone taken on Washington. One man is changing that. One man is asking for answers. One man is getting attention in the halls of Congress. In this Paranormal TV One-on-One, Stephen Bassett describes being the only UFO registered lobbyist in America.
Fundamentally, political activism and lobbying are a bad education. It's about providing information to particularly members of the Congress, the political infrastructure, but also to the media, and particularly the political media, and to the public in general. Whether it's landmines or abortion issues or environmental issues or any host of the thousands of political issues that all have lobbyists and PACs associated with them. This is no different. If you want to have the issue engaged, if you want to see proper public policy, regardless of what side you're on, you have got to inform the public, the media, and the Congress and the political figures. And registering as a lobbyist for this field said that's what I'm going to do, and that the people I'm trying to help are doing that. And it also sent a message to the establishment that another indication, this is real, this is legitimate. It was just as legitimate in 1947, 52, and 66. It's legitimate now. And it did attract a lot of attention and a lot of media, which was intended to do, because all of these registrations are followed. They know who registers. And that's a positive thing, which is to say that when you step forward and engage the issue properly, you do get attention. And if you are a professional and you do what you need to do and you know what you're talking about, you'll get positive response, and the education process begins. So registering as a lobbyist for a number of UFO organizations or setting up the Political Action Committee XPAC, it's part of this process of engaging the issue openly, directly, and bringing information to the public. This work has been going on since 1947, 40 years of work by hundreds and hundreds of people with PhDs and military background. In fact, the heart of the UFO field and the study of the field has been by military people who were able to take advantage of their pensions after they retired to follow this and had experiences while in the military. It's actually conservatively based. So I just come along at the end and jump in probably about 5 years after the disclosure process has really been underway, and we're heading for a culmination on this issue, so I feel a little bit guilty about that. But I have rarely had problems. The people are extraordinary. The issues are as interesting as anything could possibly be. I have at least a lobbying feel to myself. So from my point of view, it's been wonderful. Not everybody has had it so good. I know a couple of teachers who've lost their jobs because they had UFO material on their websites, and people raised objections to that in America. Other people have lost licenses to practice in medicine because they had interest in the subject. That's what happens when you create an intellectual ghetto where you assign everybody who has an interest in a subject that the government feels is not ready for the public consumption. I believe that the reason that no one prior to 1996 had ever registered as a lobbyist on this issue, which clearly is major, goes back 40 years, and no one other than myself since has done so, is the same reason why there are not study sections of extraterrestrial phenomena at major universities in the country. There are no columnists in any major papers that are covering this issue, that no foundations provide significant funding. And that is because beginning in '47, the issue became a national security asset, and it has been manipulated and managed and essentially been the object of propaganda and censorship for 52 years. And the effect is to intellectually ghettoize the subject matter and the people that pursue it, so that anyone who goes there, it doesn't matter whether you're an astronaut or a general or a pilot or an air traffic controller or a Pulitzer Prize winner or a doctor, doesn't matter. If you go there, you go automatically into the ghetto. The intellectual ghetto, which has walls around it built to ridicule disinformation in order to contain it. And by and large, people who have resume-building careers and families that they're responsible to, children, spouses, there's not much upside, all downside, to get into the subject matter. And so it's limited to the number of people that would do it. But that is changing. Those walls really started coming down in '91, and I was pleased to be the first lobbyist, and I look forward to a couple more joining me someday.